Back to the next video in series of identification of sedimentary rocks. In previous video I have shown you some organosedimentary rocks, coal and coquina, and corals which can also form corallian limestone basically. You must have heard of Great Barrier Reef, which is made up of these corals. In this video, I will try to explain you how to identify a clastic rock, which are grit, sandstone, siltstone, shale and mudstone. These are the four important rocks which will be in clastic rocks. Conglomerate is also a clastic rock, which I have already explained you. I have already told you that in sedimentary rocks we will have layer. You see, coarser is the grain size, more will be the spacing between the layers. Finer is the sediment size of a rock, closer will be the layer. Means from different thickness of bedding planes to paper thin lamination, once you come down in terms of spacing between the layers, the sediment size also reduces. Sediment size also reduces. So in sedimentary rock, if it is layered, we will take it to be a sedimentary rock, and if it is having granular texture, then it is clastic sedimentary rock, where you can see that there is a space between each grain, and that's why it is porous. The texture I should write here, granular texture, and here I will write in structure it is layered, and in layered you may have what is called as bedding plane, or you can have lamination plane, depending upon the size of the sediment. Now the most important sedimentary rocks which we have, that is grit, sandstone, siltstone, shale and mudstone. Sandstone may be of different colors, grit may be of different colors, but here we are classifying these rocks on the basis of sediment size. 2 to 4 millimeter is grit, 1/16 to 2 millimeter is sandstone, 1/16 to 1/256 millimeter is siltstone, smaller than 1/256 is shale and also mudstone. The difference between shale and mudstone is both have almost same size of sediment, but shale has a splitting character. It can be split into different halves using knife, but mudstone cannot be splitted into layers. So that is the difference. Why we have splitting character in shale? Because it has got lot of mica. Now I will show you some samples. If you can see, this is grit. You can see the grain size is bigger than 2 millimeters. If this video can show you the size, this is grit. This is another sample of grit. Here you can see layer, but here layer is missing. But the texture is granular, and if we drop water onto this, it will absorb water. So in all sedimentary rocks, they are theoretically porous. All sedimentary rocks, they are theoretically porous. They may have less porosity, but theoretically they are all porous. So you see, I have put water, and this water has been absorbed. So this is a sample of grit, wherein we have coarse grained sediment. Then we have a very big group of rock which are together termed as sandstones. So I will show you different sandstones. You can see here we have different sandstones with different colors. You can see here in my hand I can show you more sandstones. You can see a sandstone here also. You can see a sandstone here also. So you will find that sandstone has got lot of variation in color. This is also sandstone. Okay. So why there is a variation in color? Because the cementing material which has cemented them, they are of different composition. If there is a sandstone iron oxide cemented, then it will be reddish. If a sandstone is calcite cemented, it will be yellowish. If it is cemented by silica, it will be white in color. And if it is green in color, that means it has formed under cold climatic conditions. Sometimes it is difficult to distinguish between sandstone and quartzite. You see, this is a rock quartzite, which is a metamorphic version of sandstone. So that can be resolved only at the level of microscope. Now you will also find a very special feature on the top surface of sandstone that is called as ripple marks. So ripple marks are found in sandstone and also in siltstone. Now I can show you a rock which is a siltstone. You can see, and in this you will find lot of cross layers also. This is a very fine grained rock which is siltstone. So most of the siltstone and sandstone, they will have layers and cross layers which can be seen at the scale of hand specimen to the field scale. So this I have shown you siltstone, only one sample I have shown you. Then I would like to show you the shales. See here, these are the rocks which I am calling shale, simply on the basis of the size they have. I am showing you three different colors of shale. One purple, one white and one green. So green must be in cold climate, and you can see the valves also. Dark green colored layers alternating with light colored layers which are called as valves. So this is another shale, and if I put some water and if I smell it, it will give me a smell of clay. This is another shale you can see here. So you have all these rocks, shale, they are very thin. We can split it along the layers. It is very easy to break them along the layers, but not to the mud stones. This is a mud stone which has got very thin layer, but we cannot split it. See here, this is another mud stone. You can see here, if I hammer it, the sound is suggesting you that it is very hard. So this is mud stone. You can see very thin layers, but you cannot split it along the layers. So that is the importance of mud stone. So these were the important plastic sedimentary rocks. As I have already told you that we have some special features. A sedimentary rock will only have fossils. No other rock can have fossil. So you can see lot of impression of leaves on this rock. So if you get fossil in any rock, you can very easily doubt it to be a sedimentary rock. So that's all for plastic sedimentary rocks. That's all. Thank you.